Welcome to this edition of Movers and Shakers in Mississippi. I'm Elvin.
And I'm Blake Jordan.
We can't figure out where we're going unless we know where we've been.
There is absolutely no script. What you see is what you get.
We are storytellers in the South, but I think there's storytellers everywhere.
In Mississippi, there's actually an African-American woman who is a district attorney.
We're seeing programs adopted and they're working.
Hi, I'm Elvin.
And I'm Blake Jordan. Thanks for tuning in to Movers and Shakers in Mississippi.
Today we're at the beautiful Capitol Club in downtown Jackson, and we'll be talking to three individuals who made great strides in our great state.
District Attorney Faye Peterson, thanks for being here. Tell our viewers what the role of a DA is.
District attorneys, or state's attorneys as they're called in other jurisdictions, have the obligation of enforcing the criminal laws in any jurisdiction in which they are chosen. My office in the state of Mississippi, there are 22 district attorneys, and we only prosecute felonies in our offices. Misdemeanors and other matters are handled by municipal courts or county court prosecutors. But I like to think of a district attorney's office more than that, because we have a lot to do with the impact of criminal justice policy in our community. So I like to take a broader approach to what prosecutors can do. The easiest thing for prosecutors to do is just simply prosecute crimes and go into the courtroom and plead the cases and do that. But we also have an obligation to the community to make sure that it's aware of every right they have in the criminal justice system and try to improve law enforcement and do what we can to help all situations be a little better.
So what are your goals as a district attorney?
When I became district attorney in 2001, we set out with an agenda to improve some things. When I first became DA, there were individuals who had been in the detention center 4 and 5 years. Some of them, their cases had been indicted, some had not. Some had trials pending, some did not. And we spent the first 2 years of my administration trying to resolve those cases. I know that prosecutors are obligated to see that justice is done, that those cases are resolved, that even individuals charged with a crime want some closure to that, and victims want it especially as well too. We accomplished that goal. Then the next thing we said was, once we had cleared what we considered the backlog on cases, was then to make the administration of justice in Hinds County more effective. So about a year ago, we started a project with the assistance of the judges and our criminal court facilitators to start fast-tracking cases. And in order to do so, we needed a lot of cooperation from a lot of people. I was able to get the City of Jackson and the Hinds County Board of Supervisors to agree to fund my criminal court facilitator. And he can tell you everything about anybody in the jail who has a felony charge pending. From there, we were able to get the Supreme Court to provide us with a 5th Circuit judge who once a week is down to the detention center to hear cases, to hear pleas, to hear revocations, to do all of those matters to keep individuals moving. Now, the success behind that is that now our facility can house misdemeanors, which was a thing we were not doing up until 3 years ago. About a year and a half ago, we were discussing having to expand our jail. That's something we don't have to do anymore because we've kept our numbers down. Now, at times, crime will increase and our jail population will go up, but because once a week we have individuals down there who are working on revocations, who are working on pleas, who are making sure that individuals are constantly moving through our detention center, that's not something that we worry about. It has saved our county hundreds of thousands of dollars because we no longer house individuals for any length of time. Now, of course, serious offenders who are going to trial, those who are charged with multiple counts of armed robbery, rape, murder, they're in a category all to themselves and have to be dealt with in a proper manner. But for a lot of cases where we have individuals who are charged with drug offenses, who are charged with auto theft and things like that, we are able to fast track those cases, get those through the criminal justice system so that our lawyers and our judges can focus on the more serious crimes.
How many assistant DAs do you have?
I have right now 14 assistant DAs. They are charged with prosecuting anything from a drug case to a capital murder crime. There are only 4 circuit judges in Hinds County, and I have the assistants distributed by category and class with each judge. Now, Hinds County, which is where Jackson, Mississippi is the largest jurisdiction in the state of Mississippi. And that's why I'm typically called the Hinds County District Attorney, but I'm actually a state official. Compared to other capital cities, my office is very small in comparison with the crime rate that we have and the types of crimes that we have. Unfortunately, in the Jackson area, we have more armed robberies and more homicide cases pending compared to any other place in the state of Mississippi. So for what we have to do, my office is very small, but unless we're going to acquire more judges, it's not going to be effective to acquire more assistants in the meantime.
Okay, I understand that you were very instrumental in starting a pretrial diversion plan for first-time offenders. Tell us a little about that.
Well, what that does is it tries to, under state law, each district attorney's office has the option of starting a pretrial intervention program, pretrial diversion program, to assist first-time offenders. We find that there's a lot of class of individuals, especially young adults, who get involved in paper crimes, credit card fraud, shoplifting, things of that nature, who don't understand the full impact of what those felonies can mean. So what we did was we started a pretrial intervention program to give an alternative to just incarceration or a felony conviction. Individuals are carefully screened to go into the pretrial intervention program. Once